what's up, guys? Welcome back. This is a new what if. Well, this is actually a collab what if you didn't know. You would need to go to my homeboy Aizen's channel. Like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you here? Oh, yeah, look in the description. Look in the description to go to his channel, of course. Go to his channel and watch the first part so you really catch up with this part. Now, because reasons, we're going to be going back in time a bit within this what if. If you hear clicking in the background, yes, I'm playing something. Yes, you have problems. I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, let's do this what if now. So last time we left off, Deku basically stabbed All Might within his injury wound. I think it was like his lung or yeah, one of his organs or lungs, I forgot. But like yeah. Basically stabbing him as to give the world a fear, like basically the world falling into ashes or whatever, basically scaring everybody that All Might is basically, he's gonna die. All right, now we need to go back in time a bit, okay? Now first, this is when Deku was trying to figure out, so then who really who did this to me? How I got in this situation? Now, if you don't know, you should watch for part 1, of course. But this is actually of how Deku basically got framed in his, well, before going back into the past. Now, basically, things was how things would basically go. He would go back to his base that he hasn't, but he's somewhat started yet, but he hasn't really finished building it. Through a portal, of course. Now, like what he said, you should know what it means, but like, let's just get into it, alright? So now, he would basically hire people in the shadows to, well, basically people that are rogue to All For One, but are still villains, alright? Basically, he'll have people in the shadows to give him information on, you know, if there's any like spies, like, in like his little parade gang or whatever. Now, one of these little rogue All For One people, whatever, they would actually cough up. You know, they would say, yeah, All For One, he had some girl, whatever. He had some girl that would basically shapeshift in other people to do some deeds under All For One. But like, yeah, alright. So basically, Deku, he would be trying to figure out who this girl is. By going to multiple people, he'll keep giving them information. Oh, yeah, that girl, she had like I remember All For One giving her a quirk boost, basically upgrading her current quirk. I remember she needed blood just to transform into somebody. The amount of blood that you needed, the amount of blood she gets, the longer she can be in transformation. This was basically really good information that Deku can basically harness. Now, when you ever went to go and figure out, alright, is anybody with a quirk that needs blood to at least, well, to shapeshift somebody? Now, they would go to like a little quirk founding place, or whatever, and Deku would ask, is there anybody with like a certain quirk with this stuff, whatever? Now, they would put it through the data records, and it seems like that this data has already been lost for about a year or so, and has been forgotten as dead or somewhere, you know. And then this person was just going around how, you know, this quirk is pretty dangerous. I don't think it's like this is a useless quirk because you need blood, and then why would you need that? That's just crazy, you know. If you heard some noise in my background before everything cut off, it was because someone called my phone. Now let's just get back to where I was on the topic. Now Deku would be kind of frustrated as he can't figure out what this person's quirk is, but he knows that they got a quirk enhancement from All For One, upgrading their quirk with some other quirk. Number 2, they have some extra speed and some defects to speed or whatever, so they've been definitely amped up with some more quirks. But he doesn't know which ones. What type of quirks are they, of course. Now, he would basically, like, go to the year, go back to the place again. Like, when was this quirk before it was gone registered? Now, this person will look up this, like, a certain year, whatever, you know, and Deku would go and try to see who was born that year. Basically, take all the kids that were born this year and try to put them together. Now, half of them have basically they're already in schools, and like some of them, well, and a half is basically not. And now he would go down to the ones that are missing. Some of them reported dead, some of them reported missing. And now he only has 3 people missing that year. But one of them would already be found, so that means it's 2 now. So he would first try to find this first person, but could not find them at all. But he tried to find the second person. And so he would go to a place when the Alpha One people that used to work for Alpha One leaked. Now this was actually a base. This base was actually this person was actually there. Now, when he would sneak to the base, he would be like, ha 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 ha, ah. So you must be in charge of this whole weapons organization? I'm surprised you're able to get in here. Now, any kind of word before we kill you? Oh my gosh, why did I do that? But basically, that's what Toga would say. Now, Deku doesn't know it's Toga, but you understand. Now, Deku would say, so, I believe that your next plan of action is to kill the all for one success, one for all the villain, all for, you know. All right, I'm gonna be serious with you guys. Like, I get confused sometimes. All right, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like, I get confused. One for all and all for one. All for one's the villain, right? Yeah. All for one's the villain. All for one. No, one for all. One for all. One for all. One for all. All right, one for all. Okay. So now, basically, he would just say, so you're here to hunt down the all for one user? Yes. How you know my plans? Of course. Now, basically, Deku would say, I'm from the future. He would basically, well, before I get into that, actually, you know what, I should get into it right now. He would hold on to his Shikai, of course, it's a Kogatsugetsu. Now, he would unsheath it. Everybody that would have seen it, they would try to attack, but they wouldn't be able to attack Midoriya as hard as he tried, as hard as they tried, actually. Now, of course, Deku would slowly walk up. And once he did reach to Toga, that didn't actually see Kogatsugetsu, everybody that could just walk past would die. Their bodies would have just been flying over the place. He would basically do like 100 flashes on them all. Now, once all this blood would fall into the floor, Toga would be shocked, surprised that this kid was able to do all that in a span of a couple seconds. No way. And so, Deku would then say, I prevented the future from even happening, even though, yes, he will die soon. I'll just let you in on who the successor is. But first, let me just take out all the cameras, all the microphones in this facility. In a couple seconds, he'll be like, Deku will turn into like a black shade and then come back. He would actually do a flash step, take out all the microphones, even the one that he has, all the microphones within the air that can link up to All for One's network. Now, he would then say, so, the user of all One for All is Bakugo, of course. He has an explosion quirk. All Might passed it down to him. I made him do it by leading him to the certain events for All Might to do it. Now, I think it's time for you to say goodbye, as I've changed the future, and I'll be changing the present too. And so, he would then swipe his sword, swipes Kogatsugetsu, with a bunch of Ryatsu in it, swiping not a bit too much by accident, but slicing her in half, killing her on the spot. And so then, Deku would then call a 911 call saying that heard some ruckus within this facility of sorts. Basically, somewhat a bit, not off town, but in town. And so police would raid it, and they would find a bunch of dead bodies all over the floor. They would have been shocked in horror. Toya and, well, we're back to the present. In their little hideout, of course. Toya and Todoroki would then tell Deku, you promised, right? Oh, yes, 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 of course. Your goals, of course. It's not like I wouldn't forget them, of course. I've had people watching them both for days. Wait, for real? That you could have broke her out by then. No, no, no. We need a specific time. I've mapped out, well, basically, the whole facility's been mapped out by my spies and the rotation times, of course. The guard goes on break at insert this time, insert this time. Sometimes the guards do this. I've marked down every single personality trait of these guards. I did a lot of planning for this, and just wait till tomorrow and the operation will start. Of course, this will be delightful, shocking too, as somebody is already dead. So just wait and see. So the next would come along, and now Toya and Todoroki would actually be disguised by one of the goons in the one of the people that work for Deku in the hideout. Now they actually be like disguised. Like this person would basically make them look like some like nurses or whatever, people that work there. All right, and so they would actually go upstairs to the their mom's room, right? One of the like head people that work there, whatever, like, hey, you're not supposed to be on this floor. Let me see your ID passes. Dobby would then go up to them and say, I'm sorry, here's my ID pass. He would then put his hand onto this head doctor or whatever, and he would burn up into flames. There would be no scream, just dead silence. A roast would be heard, like a roast sound would be heard, but that would all be it in a couple seconds. And so they would then reach to their mom's room. They would basically take off their disguise, and Todoroki would take out the radio and start talking. Toya would go up to his mom, and well, I don't know the mom's name, but like I'm gonna say like their mom, right? They'll actually go to Toya is Dobby. If you didn't know, 'cause that's the manga. If you that's not really a spoiler. That's just his name. So like yeah. Well, it's not really a spoiler at this point. That's Dobby, all right. Spoiler alert. That's Dobby. Okay. Anyways, Dobby would actually just embrace it with a hug his mom, as like not only had he seen it in a long time, and that this like basically for like all this abuse has just flew off his shoulders, being for his mom once again, all that. And so now Todoroki also do the same thing, and then soon basically the whole facility was like basically started like shutting down. Like armed guards of high powered quirks, whatever, would start rushing each floor as they've been confused. Now, they from killing that one person, they they kind of started something. As this man basically has a speed quirk, and he mostly uses it to get around the building really fast. So he's never really late. He's never late to anything, but he's late to this, and so they thought that something might happen to him. And when they tried to call on his radio, he did not answer. And well, his radio line was gone too, so like it was confusing as he never turns it off. And so they basically shut down the whole place. And so now, oh my god, they're sweeping through the halls, left and right, checking every room. You hear slams to the doors in each room, people yelling, crying. And so a helicopter would actually pull up next to the window of their mother's room. And Midoriya, I'm just doing something weird with it now, but basically, whatever, like, you guys did something really dumb. That's really dumb, I ain't gonna lie to you. And now Endeavor is coming, so like y'all better get in right now, or I'm not sure, but like yeah, get in. And so they basically jump into the helicopter and they pulling away. Like, of course, I had to let Deku ride out in style. This is a Black Hawk, alright? Didn't know Black Hawk is a really cool helicopter. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, sheesh. Just look up a Black Hawk and you'll understand, alright? Oh, some of y'all may be wondering, how did Deku get his hands on a military grade helicopter? He took it from Ultraman's stash. And so, you know, Endeavor who would pull up to the facility be like, hey yo, what's good, bro? You already know you got me on speed dial, like, yo, is everything good? And so they would basically tell yo, so we checked every room and your wife's gone. What? Huh? Your wife is gone, bro. Like the head doctor died that you hired. Well, you forced us to hire, but like he's still a good doctor. Like he's dead. Well, you assume he's dead. You still look at the cameras, of course. You look at the cameras. From the camera footage, someone with some type of blue fire burned them up with some short white and some red tipped hair kid. Well, look like a kid, but look like a worker though, like an adult. But like you understand what I'm trying to say, right? This I think they're putting a disguiser or something like that. Blue fire, huh? I only know one person with that type of fire. And so now, of course, they would pull up back to Los Noches, and wait, someone. Oh my gosh! Hold on. Someone said something on Discord. Let's disregard that, and I think I'll be ending here. I believe that the final part will be on his channel, as I basically gave a good enough backstory, enough plot, and that the last episode will be on his channel. So you're gonna have to go there to watch it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see ya guys.